What's good, culture? It's your boy Franco, and this Pop Smoke case just keeps getting spookier and spookier. So there's been an update on the case, which involves a lot of gruesome details, just stuff that like really disturbing. And a lot of people are making a lot of bold accusations on this theory, and that, when they really don't know shit, and they're just making accusations off the strength of them feeling emotional about the situation. And I'm actually gonna break it down a little bit, so let's get into it. So I'm gonna paraphrase these texts so you guys can just get the gist of what's going on. Brooklyn rapper Pop Smoke was taking a shower at an Airbnb in Los Angeles last year when masked men stormed through the curtains of a second-story balcony, an LAPD detective testified Thursday. One intruder allegedly pressed a black semi-automatic firearm to the forehead of a woman who was with a carnivorous bred entertainer in his room. A lot of people are theorizing that she set him up. I'm going to touch on that later. Bedroom the night while the others rushed into the adjoining bathroom, Detective Kristen Carrasco said. She heard a struggle coming from the shower area and heard Mr. Jackson screaming. Mr. Jackson ran out the bathroom, and then she heard a loud pop and heard Mr. Jackson fall to the ground, the detective said. Two other individuals began to kick him, Carrasco says, citing the woman's testimony extremely disrespectful. This part right here, before I read it, is a little bit disturbing. Upon hearing her son was kicked, Jackson's mother, Audrey Jackson, who was present in the courtroom, shook her head and leaned forward, visibly upset. She stared intently at Walker as the detective continued to describe what the witness claimed happened next. I can't even imagine the amount of pain that mother is going through, listening to her own son being kicked, being disrespected on the ground while he's fighting for his life. Shaking my head. Mr. Jackson gets up and runs downstairs. She hears two more pops, the detective said on the witness stand. She follows Mr. Jackson and sees him on the ground and screams for Michael Dorodala to call 911. The woman told police she believed the men stole Jackson's large gold watch and other jewelry before fleeing. By the way, so they got the watch and they sold it for $2 billion. So he lost his life literally over $2 billion. Literally the most ignorant shit, the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. So right off the bat, I just find it funny how the robbers knew the specific time to go ahead and rob Pop Smoke. It's not like he was in bed laying down or he was watching TV on the couch. He was either entering the shower or leaving the shower. And that brings me to my other point where people are saying the female with them gave the drop on his location. The supposed female in mind, her name goes by Yummy Yellows on IG, and that is allegedly supposed to be Pop Smoke's girlfriend at the time. However, she says that she wasn't on the scene, and she was actually in his house in New Jersey while he was with another female in California, LA. So she's out of the equation, and I'm pretty sure the police did an extensive search on whether the female he was with that night had any involvement in the crime and set him up in any way, shape, or form. And I'm pretty sure they did it 100 times better than you internet detectives did just looking up on Google who was with him that night and whatnot. We don't really know what led up to that night. We just know the killer's names and supposedly who's guilty. We don't know the backstory or if he was set up or not. It's just all up to investigation at this point. What I don't understand is them leaving two live witnesses at the scene after already initially killing someone. So you go ahead and kill Pop Smoke. You leave two witnesses on the scene just so they can testify on you later on in court. I'm not wishing death on anyone. I just think it's very stupid that they took the actions that they did and they didn't do a good job at it. Like, you have to be the most ignorant criminal. And that's just one incident. There's plenty more I'm going to touch on later. But after Pop Smoke had fell to the ground the second time, the girl told Pop Smoke photographer to actually call the police. So you lead them there and they're the ones who actually call the police on you. Come on, man. Not to mention, you go ahead and sell the jewelry from the crime scene, which the cops of course are going to be looking for throughout the city. Every pawn shop, every gold exchange place, they're going to be looking for that piece of jewelry. You go ahead and sell it. And to make matters worse, you go ahead and use your personal car at the crime scene and use it to sell the jewelry at the place you're gonna sell it at. It's just ignorance and stupidity times oblivion. These niggas, they wanted to be caught, truth be told. So there are a lot of juveniles in this case. So I can see where they messed up at. They might have been first time amateurs, and I'm not giving credit to this case in any way, shape, or form. I don't want these niggas to see the sunlight, but their lives are ruined after this. And the 20-year-old ringleader that actually got all these juveniles involved in this, he should face the most crime because he's actually thrown away his life, the kid's life, and Pop Smoke's life, and the victims' family lives. It's just sad all around, man. Yeah, so that's pretty much the end of the video. Follow me on IG, follow my clothing brand, man. Your boy Franco is out. Stay safe out here.